Since there have been an uptick in cyclists being hit by cars, I thought this would be a good time to talk with a cycling advocate that was almost killed by a speeding car. Plus, near the end of this video, I will give you a checklist of items to do just in case you're involved in or witness a cycling accident. Stephanie White is the leader of the cycling group Biking Belle Isle. She's also the Sierra Club's 2019 Cycling Advocate of the Year. Let's meet Stephanie and hear her story in her own words. State your name and what city you live in.
Stephanie White, live in Detroit, Michigan.
Okay, Stephanie, when did you catch the bug?
About 2013, I bought a new bike. I had an older bike, but I wasn't riding it, and I was having back issues, so I wanted another bike that was more comfortable for my back. So I bought a bike, and I'm out. It was like 2013 summer, and I started riding through my neighborhood just to get some exercise and get off the couch, basically. And then I started getting bored because I was riding by myself. I was enjoying it, but it wasn't as much fun. And one evening I was watching the news and they did this feature story on slow roll. And from that point on, it's history. I had contacted my friend Stephen Bentley, told him about slow roll. You gotta check this out. It's a lot of fun. Looks like it's a lot of fun. We met up at Slow Roll, did the ride, and started doing the ride every week. And Stephen came to me and said, I've been thinking about maybe starting up a cycling group so that we wouldn't have to wait till Mondays all the time to ride with a lot of people. He said, would you help me? I said, sure, why not? Neither one of us knew what we were doing, but whatever, it can't be that hard. And so we started gathering a few friends of ours that rode bikes too and slow roll. And by us being retired, we had rides on Wednesdays and Saturdays. In the mornings, throughout the day, whatever. We did as many rides or as many miles as we could, and it branched out from there. We recruited a couple of people that we had met or knew to help us along the way because we needed more help, the more people that joined the rides. And from that point on, it just blossomed.
Were you always a safety advocate before your accident?
Yes, I was. I was always a safety advocate. I was leading most of the rides on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and I was constantly saying, where's your helmet? Stay right, avoid the traffic, pay attention to the road. I was always a safety advocate. So it was really weird that I was the one to get hit in the accident, as much as I was for especially safety helmet wearing. And as it turned out, my helmet saved my life.
Do you mind talking about the accident?
Sure, it was on June 29, 2016, a date I will never forget. I was leading a ride. We were at the corner of Parkside and West McNichols, standing there waiting for the traffic to clear so that we could cross the street. While standing there, this is what I've been told, because I still have no memory of the accident, that while we were standing there, this vehicle was trying to pass another vehicle. He was going a high rate of speed, but he got too close to the other vehicle's bumper, clipped it, and it sent him airborne, crashing right into us. And myself and another rider, Michael Greer, because we were at the very front of the ride, we got sliced off, as it were. And this house we were in front of, at the corner house, had a concrete retaining wall. By that vehicle, he went airborne, crashed right into us, and we went right with him. Got thrown over the wall. I got thrown in the backyard up under some shrubbery and bushes. Michael Greer, they found his body on the side of the vehicle. When the car landed, part of the front end of it landed on that retaining wall. If it had been totally flat on the ground, Michael would have been crushed.
How has the accident changed your life?
It gave me a new perspective on life. I don't take as many things seriously like I used to. My motto is go with the flow. I don't stress about things. I look out for me. That was my main goal because when I first got to physical therapy after the accident, the very first day my therapist asked me, what are your goals? And my first goal I told him was I want to get back to Stephanie. I was very independent and I want to be able to take care of myself, my own needs. And my second goal is to get back on that bike. And he said, okay, let's get to work. And from that point on, we moved.
Okay. How long was it before you got back on the bike?
1 year, almost a whole year after the accident.
Okay.
We had a memorial ride planned for the anniversary of the Biking Belle Isle,
Yes.
for the anniversary of the ride. And I wanted to be able to do that ride. It's going to be a 5-mile ride from the 9th precinct to the accident scene and back, a total of 5 miles. And I wanted to be able to ride in that ride, which was my goal. Edward McDonald went with me. We went to parks and whatever, and the Belle Isle, the carousel, whatever. And that's where I first got on the bike. Not the carousel, but the casino. Got on that, and I started out, and I just pedaled. And I was so elated. He took a video of it, and you could hear me on there talking about, wee! I was so happy, because that was the first time I had gotten on the bike. And I just kept going until I couldn't do it no more. And he said, how long are you gonna go? I said, until I can't do it no more. Because I felt like if I stopped, I wasn't gonna be able to start again. So I just kept rolling. And it was about a mile. And so from that point on, we went to other parks and places. I increased a little more. I got up to about 8 miles in total length. I said, well, if I can do 8, I know I can do that 5-mile ride. And that was my goal, was that first 5 miles.
Do you have any advice for any other cyclist that doesn't wear a helmet?
As I said earlier, me wearing the helmet that day, I had doctors and surgeons tell me that if I had not been wearing that helmet, I would not be here. As it was, I still sustained traumatic brain injury. I still have 2 holes in my head to this day, sunken, that will never come back. And you can see on the helmet that I had that day, 2 big cracks where I hit the windshield of the vehicle. I hit it twice. I hit it initially the first time, bounced in the air, came back down and hit it again, from what they tell me, wearing that helmet. And that would have been my skull. So I tell people, wear it, please. I mean, they're not comfortable. Summertime, they're hot maybe, but it saves lives. So I tell people, please, please, begging you, please wear those helmets. It might save your life. You never know when something's gonna happen. I got up that morning, nice sunny, warm June day, never had any idea that my life was gonna change forever. And so, I urge people to please wear those helmets.
I hope you enjoy Stephanie's story. My goal here is to have you think about a part of cycling that no one really talks about. 7 out of every 100 cyclists will be involved in some kind of incident. What happens after that strictly depends on you. As stated earlier in this video, I have a checklist that you should put in your ICE contacts, ICE, in case of emergency, contacts on your phone, so you or your friends, if they witness an accident, you would be able to take the proper steps to protect yourself. First, call 911. Even though you think you might not be injured, it's better to get this incident reported. Second, file a police report. Try to make sure that you get the officer's name and his badge number. Look for witnesses. Also try to get any contact information. Next, take pictures of the complete scene. Make sure you capture any signage where the bike was damaged, any damage on the vehicle, and any skid marks on the road. Save your bike in your helmet. Do not fix your bike until you are certain there is no civil case down the road. Remember to take notes of anything that happened at the scene. I always store the notes on my phone also. If you've ever been in a cycling accident or crash, please share your story below in the comment section. You never know, what you might share might save somebody's life.